Welcome to Common Sense Lab, where we break down viral takes with facts, not feelings. Today's video, a familiar rant. Nobody wants to work anymore. But let's pause for a second. Is that true? Or is this just another round of nostalgic finger-pointing? Let's break it down.
I was supposed to interview a potential salesperson for my company today, and we set it up. It was on Zoom. He didn't turn up. About an hour later, we got a text saying, "Oh, sorry, I couldn't do that. Something came up."
Okay, classic no-show. That sucks. But is this a national trend or just a couple of bad apples?
So you won't be surprised to know that we're not going to bother with him going forward. And the incredible thing is, I told a friend about this and he said exactly the same thing happened to him a few days ago. Again, salesperson, he tried to set up an interview on Zoom. The guy didn't turn up, and it was just, a little while later he said, "Oh yeah, sorry about that,"
Two anecdotes. Not exactly a labor market survey, but okay, let's see where she's going.
And these are not particularly young people. These are people, the one that we were supposed to be speaking to, he's in his 30s. My friend's guy said he was in his 40s. So, two people who should have known better.
Surprising? Maybe. But worth noting, being flaky isn't a generational disease. It's a people problem. Still, let's look at what the actual data says. Labor force participation has dipped slightly in both the US and UK, but not because everyone decided to sit on the couch. More on that in a moment.
But certainly when it comes to the young people, the ones in the 20s, particularly early 20s, if they even bother to show up, you're impressed nowadays. It's got to the point, really, where a load of young people are not even thinking about starting work.
Turns out, they are showing up. Not for that interview, maybe, but for work? Yes. Mental health isn't an excuse, but it can turn into a crisis, and we know that it's hitting young workers hardest.
Apparently, we've got about 1 million who are not working, and many graduates, they're going from being graduated to going on permanent sick leave, largely in many cases because of what they feel as mental health problems. So we're in a sort of situation now in this country, and I'm guessing it's in other European countries, I don't know, I haven't looked, but certainly in our country, where we've got a whole load of able-bodied people who could be working, people who could be earning, people who could be producing, who are either not doing it or they're just doing it really half-heartedly.
Burnout, quiet quitting, disengagement, sound familiar? Because it's everywhere. A 2023 Gallup poll found 59% of global employees are psychologically disengaged at work. In the UK, only 9% of workers say they are engaged at work. Half-hearted? Maybe. Or maybe people are fed up being overworked and underpaid. That's not about Gen Z. That's about understaffing, automation, and cutbacks.
I bet have you noticed, across the board, things are just not really working. You're trying to get people to phone you back. You're trying to get people to do this, that, and the other. It could be insurance. It could be your broadband. It could be your local council. Probably is your local council, let's be honest.
The UK public sector has lost over 1 million staff since 2010. In the US, there are currently 8.1 million unfilled jobs, mostly in service and healthcare. The system isn't breaking because workers are lazy. It's breaking because leadership keeps hollowing it out.
And nothing's happening. People don't turn up and they're like, "Oh, yeah, he's off. How long for? Don't know. He's just off."
Let's talk about why people are off. Burnout, long COVID, carrying responsibilities. 1 in 5 UK workers say they are considering leaving their job due to burnout. The US saw a 40% increase in long-term sick leave from 2019 to 2023. He's just off. Isn't laziness. It's a signal something's broken.
And that's the situation we've got. And the government isn't helping by increasing taxes and making it even less worthwhile to work.
In the UK, the effective marginal tax rate, when benefits are removed, can reach 70% for low earners. In the US, when factoring in tax and benefit cliffs, low-income workers can lose up to 80 cents per extra dollar earned. So yes, for some, working more doesn't always pay more. But that's a policy flaw, not a worker flaw.
And if we keep on like this, we really are going to become a third world country. That's where we're headed.
Hyperbole alert. The UK and US still rank among the world's largest economies, but inequality is growing. The UK ranks 6th in GDP globally, but has the highest poverty rate in Western Europe. The US ranks 1st in GDP, but has the highest wealth inequality among G7 countries. So while we're not collapsing, we are splitting, and that's dangerous.
And I wish I could say that I have faith in this government to turn things around, but sadly I don't. I think we need something really major. We need a complete reversal of the way we're going in order to keep this country going and to keep the standard of living that we'd like to have.
Agreed, but not the reversal you're thinking. We don't need to guilt people back into cubicles. We need livable wages, mental health support, respect for the workforce, policies that actually make work, work. Thanks for watching Common Sense Lab. We're not here to rant, we're here to unpack. Subscribe for more videos where we react, fact check, and reset the narrative. Until next time, keep your common sense sharp.